Morning, all of you. Good morning, all of you. A very bright and blissful morning to all of you. And there is a beautiful quotation: climbing to the top of demands a strength, whether it is to the top of the Mount Everest or to the top of your career. Myself, Dr. Chandrapatiyan, Associate Professor, Department of ENCE, I take this opportunity to welcome you all for this National Conference NGIEC 2022. I would like to seek the blessings of Almighty with the invocation song. I request Bhuwana to present a invocation song.
ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾನಾಯಕ ದೇವ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶಧರ ಮೂಷಿಕ ವಾಹನ ಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶಧರ ಮೂಷಿಕ ವಾಹನ ಸಫಲಂಕೃತನೇ ಗಜಾನನ ಸಫಲಂಕೃತನೇ ಗಜಾನನ ಆದಿ ಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ವೇದ ವಂದಿತ ನೀನು ಆದಿ ಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ವೇದ ವಂದಿತ ನೀನು ಮೋದಕ ಪ್ರಿಯ ನೀನು ಗಣಾಧಿಪ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾನಾಯಕ ದೇವ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು.
Thank you, Bhuwana. If you light a lamp for someone else, it will also brighten your path. Now, I request all the dignitaries on the dais for lighting the lamp. Thank you, sir. Now, I request Dr. Rajesh L. Sir, Associate Professor, Department of ENCE, to welcome the gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to one and all. I, Dr. Rajesh Lakshman, Associate Professor, Department of ECE, extend my hearty welcome to one and all who are gathered here for the second national conference NGAC 2022. Thus, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all for this national conference. First and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my sincere gratitude to our founder chairman of APGI, Dr. S.M. Venkatapati for putting the foundation of an educational institution planted as a sampling, is now all grown as a large tree. I would like to welcome our honorable chairperson, Srimati B.L. Ramadevi Venkatpati, and our energetic CEOs, Sri S.V. Pramod Gowda sir and Sri S.V. Raji Gowda sir of EPGI for this conference in their absence here, but they have conveyed their best wishes for this conference. I also welcome our honorable secretary EPGI, Sri Peter Francis sir, in their absence here. I am profound delighted to take this opportunity to welcome our keynote speaker, Dr. N.S. Dinesh, Professor, Digital Electronics and System Engineering from Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru, in their absence here. Now I request our keynote speaker and the eminent person from the industry, Dr. Dulipan Janardhan, LL Packet Senior Architect, Bengaluru. Now I request our HOD sir to welcome him with a bouquet as a token of appreciation. It's my pleasure to welcome our beloved Executive Director, Dr. Shankar sir, in his absence here. Now, it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Madhu sir, Research and Director of EPGI Group of Institutions. Now, I request Jayanti ma'am to hand over the picture. Now, it's my pleasure to welcome all our session chairs from various colleges. Dr. Jagdish HS, Professor HOD, Department of EC, APS College of Engineering. Now, I request Dr. Sachin Sharma sir to hand over the bouquet. Next, Dr. P.S. Bharat, Professor HOD Department of Triple Oxford College of Engineering and Technology. Now I request Anita ma'am to hand over the floor. Our next session chair, Dr. Dinesh Kumar DS, Associate Professor, Department of AC, KS School of Engineering. Now I request Dr. Navya ma'am to hand over the bouquet. Also, still there are more few session chairs. Dr. Janita ma'am, Dr. Pradeep S, and Dr. Krishna Kumar. In their absence, we welcome you all. It's my pleasure to welcome our beloved principal sir, Dr. Satish T.K. sir, for this conference. Now I request Dr. Chandrapal sir to hand over the bouquet for this sir. It's a moment of extreme pleasure to welcome our young guest and the very enthusiastic Vice Principal and the HOD Department of EC, Dr. Yogesh GS sir, for this conference. I request Dr. Jayanti Kumari TR for issuing the bouquet for sir. I would also extend my warm welcome to the HODs of various departments and the faculty members of the EPCG. It's my privilege to welcome all the faculty members of ECE and the EEE department for this inaugural function. I'm delighted to welcome all student participants of various colleges across the different states of India and inner student participants of this conference. Once again, a warm welcome to you all.
Thank you, sir. A warm welcome to the coordinator of this NGIEC 2022, Dr. Rajesh L. I request Dr. Sachin Sharma to hand over the bouquet as a token of respect. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Mathu sir, R&D head EPGI, to speak a few words on this conference. Sir, please.
Good morning to the dignitaries on the dais and welcome all the faculty members, students who are in this hall. I'm very happy to note that the second national conference on next generation intelligence and electronics and communication engineering has been organized. I'm an aerospace engineer, so I cannot give any technical knowledge about this subject. However, in general, my experience is that such conferences are very useful because it gives a chance to interact between people from different research groups, different parts of the country. And it also gives the people presenting some confidence in the work that they're doing because they have been able to answer questions that come up during the presentation. They're able to, first of all, when you prepare your presentation, you have to put your thoughts together and it gives you greater focus. So these sort of conferences are very useful, and students especially should be encouraged to present their work, and they should not feel scared or whatever to present their work, because when you present, there may be some criticism, there may be some observations in what you have presented, but that only helps you to improve. So you should always take such comments, suggestions as a positive, not as a negative, and it will help you in your research work. And what I have found is that often when you are doing some work, if you do not interact with people from other organizations or faculty or students from other colleges, then there are times when you may get stuck or there's something that you're not able to solve. But when you interact, then it gives you an opportunity to get another point of view. It helps everyone. And then whatever is presented, if it is documented and kept as proceedings, even if it is in e-format, it's helpful for everyone. So I think these 2 days that paper presentations go on will be very useful to all. I would encourage all the students to attend and try to understand whatever is being presented. Ask questions wherever you want and try to get the best out of this 2-day conference. I wish all the best to the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the views. Now I request our beloved principal sir to share the views.
Very good morning to everybody. Thank you. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. And first of all, congratulations to the PCE to have organized this particular conference. As Madhur sir mentioned it out, some of the particular this is that we as engineers, we as students, everybody have to take small steps as we go along. And these are the particular this that essentially helps, whether it may be research, whether it may be a project, any particular this. Most of the students need to take active part in these particular activities as such, so that it gives you an opportunity for you to involve in the various, it's not just on the research activities. It's even about your expression, the way of putting together your ideas or any. Now, coming to the theme of the conference as such, if you look into that, probably, I mean, the way in which the whole of the era of electronics started, probably, you would say that probably from the 60s, particular onwards into that. Predominantly, we are telling about CQ particulars. which essentially meant as command, control, and communications protocols. Later on, we were able to add an I to that protocol and say that intelligence. Okay, intelligent command, intelligent control, intelligent communications. So the way in which essentially, if you see in all the particulars, whether it may be in a process control system, whether it may be in embedded systems, whether it may be in defense particular systems, or whether it may be in communications, the improvements that have taken place in the last 30, 40 years has been immense. This is probably the biggest change of the transformation and changes that have essentially happened in the whole era of civilization put together. So that is the way in which essentially everywhere, in fact, it's not just the moment we think of electronics, we think of the Moore's law. It is more than that. Because today, if you look into that, most of the technologies have reached a sort of a maturity in their own particulars. That is where today, if you look into that, the major area of research has been the fusion of the technologies. For example, it may be in the recent research is how do we essentially bring together the 5G and let us say ML and the data science put together. That essentially solves many of the challenges, and that essentially solves many of the problems. There have been various particular examples. For example, if at all you have read about the recent wired vaccine, people were able to look at more than 10,000 kilometers of and they were able to put a dissection on the banana. So that essentially shows that, of course, whether it's a different debatable partition, whether it is the right way in which essentially is the technology or not partition, whether it is something that essentially you can use or let us say the surgery or any other partition, because most of those particular things we may not be able to perform from a longer distance, but it may be possible in the near future particular. So that is how essentially the technologies are posing a lot of challenges to the engineers particular this, a lot of opportunities for the people to develop and improve the lifestyle of the people. Because at the end of the day, the whole particular thing is how do I improve the lifestyle of the people? How do I improve the longevity of the people? How do I improve the quality of the life particular? That is the major particular. So for those particular this, if you look into that, Dam and has written 2 books on that particular this, how essentially the technologies have helped us to improve all these particular aspects. So that is where essentially today the engineering particular this has totally taken a different turn to the particular this. It is no more for the the elite particular this. For example, if at all you have used whether it may be the IBM computers, to be contributing to this field and to learn and to enrich our lives. So with those particular things, I wish the conference the best of the success in the next days come. Thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivational words. Now I call upon our beloved HOD sir to speak a few words.
A very good morning, everyone. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Respected dignitaries on the dais, respected chief guest for the day, Dr. Jagan, respected session chairs from different institutions, my dear participants throughout India, and my dear student friends, respected HODs of all the departments, and respected faculty members. It's a great privilege and honor to speak on this occasion. I'm very happy to say that this is our second national conference. First conference was held in the previous academic year. Even though it was a pandemic, we were able to run it successfully. This is our second session of the same conference. We have papers from throughout nation. We have around 55 papers for our credentials for this conference. Today is the era of artificial intelligence. For the next generation artificial intelligence process, government sector and private sectors have invested huge money for developing many systems on artificial intelligence. So in that regard, we thought intelligent systems related to electronics and communication and allied branches will surely help in this particular conference. Researchers and academicians can share their knowledge in the form of paper in the national conference. So with this brief introduction, I'd like to thank each and everyone who has participated here, who has worked for this particular conference to happen successfully. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Now it is time to introduce our keynote speaker to all of you. I request Rajesh K. sir to introduce.
Good morning, all. So, our chief guest of today's program, Dr. Jagannathan Dulipala. He has around 20 plus years of experience majorly in ICT, digital technologies in telecom and enterprise IT domains. He's played a multiple technical and management roles in delivering versatile projects, products, and strategic initiatives. He holds a PhD in computer science from Anna University. He is currently working as Senior Solution Architect for Hewlett Packard Enterprise, Bangalore. His current areas of work includes network function virtualization, orchestration, 5G. His area of interest includes artificial intelligence, machine learning, 5G digital technologies. He is a senior member of IEEE, also currently serving as ExCom member, Chair-elect 2022 for IEEE ITS Bangalore chapter. Also ExCom member, IEEE CIS Bangalore Society chapter. We are privileged to have you, sir. Thank you.
around 20 years back this kind of a title with that kind of it is not at all possible. I could not even imagine that if the given the back use case without getting anything. I will just go for that. Is also a very black box for an IT person. There are many standards, right? Integrations and everything. It's very hard. Even the systems, each function itself is very tough to manage. You need a highly skilled person. But at the end of the day, they lie in a closed loop circle and say, for example, Airtel or maybe your Geo, Reliance or anybody, any telecom player, if you take the systems and the core systems, right? IMS or 2G, LTE and other things are very, very, black box for a IT person. Very secure network, dedicated network they used to work. So those are all the communication service providers used to have them. Now it is changed. It is changing. It is evolving towards 5G. Whatever we are saying, it is not. I mean, RAN. If you take radio access network itself, if you take 5G RAN and all, it is high backhaul and high performance and bandwidth they provide. But what is happening the other side of the story, where the intelligence systems and everything coming into picture, how they benefited for closed loop systems, operations and everything. Unfortunately, pity about these telecom players. There are other players like cloud service providers, Amazon. Nobody imagined that they will take advantage of communication systems and everything than a AT&T or maybe a Verizon. If you see the stock market price also very stabilized one. Even Verizon or maybe they were not able to take any advantage. But they're still struggling. The commodity services, for that, with a heavyweight network functions or maybe systems in place. I'll come to, these are the challenges. So they have traditional challenges. I explain just quickly. What is network function virtualization? So with the 5G, towards LTE to some extent, and now with 5G, everything is changing. Everything become IT. One is the benefit of the bandwidth and RAN and other things, and to manage their systems and services, the community, they were no longer able to handle, right, the LTE and other network components, elements and all with very complex systems and everything. Now they are making it is ITization. So other side of 5G or intelligence systems, to make it happen, it is very much required virtualization of them, and then work them as make them to work as a command control mechanism and closed loop circuit, right, to handling their systems. So all the life cycle operations and everything. So wanted to make it software-based systems, so that command and control system, the solution architecture is possible. So this is the typical architecture and integrated with the 5G and everything. But 5G as if itself, you take all our components working on a software service bus, right? And all of them are web services interfaces. One single definition file, Swagger file given. Now any IT person is capable of talking about telecom, just like I am the example. So everything is web services, RESTful services. Like whatever we are talking about, maybe intelligence systems or maybe embedded systems pushing into like a MQTT and other maybe better. So all are becoming web services and ITization of the. So telecom players also now taking advantage of it. So this all behind that is, end of the day, it is SDN, software defined network. That is what now routers, even open networks, open routers, all are open base, open standards. They're all. Even Cisco is also working on it. Many other players also, network equipment players. they also taking advantage, but it is now open source and open standards based network. So network is changed. Your communication also changed. The infrastructure also, whatever the network functions and all, whatever that previously it used to be IMS, now it is 5G. No longer any other way of communication. All of the open standards and RESTful. So that is the network side of it also is been. Even embedded systems also now they can independently self-resilient way they can communicate or through a cloud. Then it will become a closed loop system. What is global closed loop system? There is no manual intervention is not required. Whether the end equipment is a embedded system dedicated for a certain thing, or a user interface that is a software based application, or your mobile device, right? These are all once they are able without any user intervention. User intervention means the operations of the systems is no longer required by human intervention. It is a closed loop. Say you whatever you keep on using your video on demand, maybe YouTube, based on your credentials or maybe your uh, category of user, the bandwidth can be managed. The edge itself will be enabled to enable you to usage of better bandwidth. Or if it is enterprise also, it is same thing. So that is what the SDN it is possible. That is called software defined network. Whatever the intelligence and self resilience and self descriptive way of your endpoints, your embedded systems or maybe a software based systems and everything, it is basically towards SDN, software defined network purposes. So that is where you will take a better advantage of the end-to-end system. So these are some of the use cases with NFV, SD-WAN or VPN, NAT, all the gatekeeper, everything is becoming nowadays with this. But of course, there is a next another problem challenge will come up. Of course, that is security. Security is going to be a big threat. Your network router, your systems, your laptops, or maybe your embedded systems, FPGA system also coming as a controllable by some external or maybe externalization of it. It comes with a lot of security. That is a future, that is a still active area. So maybe I don't know how much interesting and all. These are the standards basically. These are the standards. How a virtual network function supposed to be packaged, supposed to be interacted, and what and all the definition. Everything is predefined. No longer proprietary way of implementing. Somebody says you develop something, your software different way, somebody different way. So this is the standard body, right? I mean that is where even their orchestration also now possible with standards based on standards. Yeah. So being an IT guy, so whatever my perspective of it is, whatever the systems that I have seen, I'm seeing now in the telecom or maybe in embedded systems or FPGA based, system on chip kind of applications or something, they're all towards end with virtualization, containerization. That is where it gives you leverage of enabling into SDN and then command control mode. That is what it is, the underlying technology. Just for the students' interest point of view, I just took a snapshot of them. See, if these are the technologies, they pay very well, right? That is the motivation for end of the day for anybody, right? Aspirant who wants to come into industry. But knowing all those standards and other things and the tools and technology itself, very heavy demand is there in the cloud and ITization. And if you have plus embedded or maybe FPGA kind of thing, you are the best person that can take a leverage. The advantage of all the technologies and build systems, intelligent systems, whatever you call, are a controllable systems. So that is what it is. Some of the technologies which is relevant now, which was not before, that is for IT and as well as in electronics, the Dockers, Kubernetes, and Helm, many other cards like Amazon Web Services and other things, right? Even the recent proposals also we are seeing some of the commodity kind of intelligent systems, intelligent because they need a lot of processing and other things, which is not so required to be in a on-premises network. So predominantly they are all on premises within the Airtel office itself. Their network core itself maintained, but some of them they wanted to leverage the like Amazon or maybe Azure or something to bring the heavy algorithms to run on public or maybe a hybrid model of web services like an AWS or OpenStack or Azure. So I wanted to wind up there. I spoke on multiple things as it comes to my mind. If you have any questions or something, I'll try to address. Because even embedded systems also like Dockers and all there, like previously like you used to burn a software with Linux plus your libraries and everything. Now it is not like that. They are all Dockers. You develop any code. Even for entrepreneur, it is required to have. It is different. I mean, opening your own company is no longer difficult. It is available. Your OS also, operating system also, you publish with all your libraries and everything as a software in the Dockers, free, available, and it is downloadable, and it can be automated across all nodes there wherever it is needs to be installed and operate. And further, closed loop, I can control, like scaling up your system itself, or you wanted to configure something on that your system configuration itself. It is possible. You can do that. Doesn't matter whether it is embedded systems or not, embedded Dockers and all. If you are experimenting with Raspberry Pi or something for your experiments and all, that is also containerized now. Just go and for a student especially, go and see whether how it is helpful in your context of electronics or maybe intelligent systems. It is a lot of work is happening there. That's it, sir. That, once again, thanks, sir. Thanks for